We are very lucky. We are in this secret HKS museum. We are going to take a close look at the GR86 Performer, which no one really has looked inside. I'll show you as much as I can, or what I allowed. Pretty amazing, sitting it there. When we came last time, it was hidden. Well, let's have a look at this car and show you what's inside. For the last attack, this front actually been changed. The front canard's been added. This whole thing was changed. When Taniguchi went out the first run, it was so much downforce, this thing was actually flapping. They added more stay to the front end, which, if you watched our previous videos, that's how they netted the 59-second pass in this car. This piece here is not for sale. This is not for sale. I don't think we will run this on our car, but it will help if we add in some trap on the side, which you can see here. This was added on about, I think, 5th or 6th attack in there. This stops the air hitting the side of the tyre, which helps the performance because the edge of the tyre won't get cooled down and it's more predictable as a driver. We will have the same wheels on our car. This runs a Ennis 6-pot mono in the front and 4-pot in the back. We are not going to go that extreme. We're just going to have pretty much a street kit. We don't need the two-piece this for now. When we get back to New Zealand, maybe we'll change it. This is the GT wing that we've talked about. It's actually a version 2 chassis mounted through the body. The earlier spoiler was making too much drag, so they changed it to a swan neck design, which reduces straight line drag, but helps the cornering and braking a lot better, so you don't lose too much speed, but gain grip at the corners. Still a little gurney flap they've added on here, just to trap the turbulence. As you can see, it's very solid. Having those wire tie, the old school days, it's actually no good for aerodynamic. It has a longer ducktail carbon spoiler at the back. We come around the back, this actually has a proper dry carbon boot. So this body kit is actually CFD made. As you can see, the hole's actually opened up. It will extract the turbulence that's made in the wheel. Obviously, the time attack car is different than the road car. The AZ's been removed, but as you can see, this is a single layer carbon bonnet. It's very, very light, just like the door, but it's really good quality. Front pipe, it's been heat wrapped, which is pretty cool, and then also a heat shield. Being a time attack car, not a road car, AC and all that, of course, is taken out. So right, lightweight battery, those things weigh nothing. There are a few little secret mods I think a lot of people haven't even seen. This car also just runs a Hypermax R suspension.
It's a prototype one because of the Mr. Taniguchi. His request is so much. We have to change everything from the damper inside.
Yes. This is a special set. Yeah. But a lot of development of this car is transferred to the road car that we're building, right? So this is pretty much the test car.
Yes.
It's a prototype.
It's kind of test car, but it's a time fastest car.
Yeah. So what he's saying is because it's being an internal wastegate turbo, right?
Yeah.
The flap inside the turbo is increased from 25mm to a 30mm from the new kit and the old kit. So the GT86 with a 25mm flap and the GR86 has a 30mm flap. Due to the capacity of the engine, it needs to be big enough to vent the boost out and control boost stable. That's the whole point. As you can see, the carbon door, this is not a sticker. This is actually dry carbon. You can actually see the carbon weave on it. You can just tell it's really, really thin to get that noise. Yeah. So Akira-san, Do you know how much wider this fender kit is? What?
This is same wide body kit, the type of kit.
Yeah. I think the wide body kit extend, I think it's 65 mil from the stock body. Yeah. That's why the spaces and the clearance needs to be quite accurate to get it right. I mean, yeah, but the spaces, yeah, I know. That's why I asked you yesterday in the meeting, if do you want me to send you a custom spacer to fit this kit and all that, but they already got it sorted, so we're going to leave that for the time being. Well, let's look at inside. Oh wow, these doors are like paperweight, not even that. Probably same weight as a marshmallow. I think it's a full dry carbon door. Have to be careful, I don't want to break anything. I mean, if I have to pay for it and put it in my car, I don't mind, but hopefully we don't damage anything. You can see this hose here. If in the previous video, if you watch our HKS tour, this is what I'm talking about. This is actually a vent to the vent for the blow-off valve, sorry. It comes out the back. That way, if anything happens, the engine has problem, the oil pushes out, pumps through here, goes out the back of the car, so you don't drive over it and it doesn't spray in the engine bay and catches fire. Just looking at it, nothing really been chopped. Even the roll cage is actually just a bolt-on roll cage. The rear panel has a carbon back panel. The seats in this car will be slightly different than ours. We're getting the HKS 50 anniversary limited edition seat. This is AFK. This will do airfare ratio and pick up knock, which sends back to the computer. You can set it up so there is what you call high-speed ignition retard. So the engine's knocking, it will pull timing. Also will lock the airfare ratio. The one next to us is the latest boost controller from HKS. That's controlling the boost. Also, we have a sequential gearbox. HKS sequential gearbox, no brand. So this car runs the Tapa body kit. It's actually no different than the road car kit. This whole kit actually functions. If you come around and look at here, the air that traps in the fender actually pulls out and actually flows down the car and exits out. You can see here the cowl panel is actually taken out. It's got no wiper blade. It's just a dry carbon sheet, so the heat actually extracts out from here.